He appeared to be armed with an assault-type rifle.
He's my only child.
And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on the Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard Guilty by Alethea. That's a brand new track released last week. Also, check out the band's brand new music video up on the YouTubes. And then we heard Genotype. That song was Temple of the Sun. And Morgan tells me that that band was voted the 2018 Independent Band of the Year from happyheadbanger.com. Okay, happyheadbanger.com, their voter poll contest. So beginning in January, the band will be featured on happyheadbanger.com, their sidebar link with their main website, a full-length review of Genotype 3, and will receive promotion from each of their events throughout 2019. Well, fucking sweet.
You sounded like a real professional there.
Absolutely not. we are the Metal Experience, rocking out in the back of Fitz's lanes, Fitz's spare keys. I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle. We have special guests on with us tonight for their first time. They're Voyagins on the Metal Experts. We have Bury Your Past. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and who we got missing tonight?
I am Bob. I am the drummer.
Well, perhaps we should talk about who's missing first.
You want to do that?
Let's represent the brothers that are not
Good
here
call.
today.
Good call.
So Ted's not here. He's our bass
You
player.
wanna play
Damn you,
taps,
Ted.
too?
Teddy Balls.
Ted, Teddy
He's got
Ballsack.
4 D's in his name.
Ted with 4 Ds.
Exactly.
Not double D's.
No.
Quadruple D's.
Quadruple Ds.
Yes, that's what it meant.
Also,
Ted. Nice
also
job.
not here tonight is our main man Freddie on lead guitar.
Now, Freddie only has 3 Ds in his name, so
Correct.
Fred.
3D. Freddy.
I was thinking more of like that old Who's Line episode. Do you remember?
No way.
Baby. Wayne Brady coming in pretending he's a helicopter. Great. I love that show. Reruns, I have those on VHS. But we're back with the Metal Experience. No more about burying my stuff in the
Right.
past.
Line
Let's
said, anyways,
go to reality.
VHS tapes.
Yeah, so I guess back to introduction. So my name is Jacek. I try to do vocals.
And I'm Steve, guitar player extraordinary.
There you
Nice.
go.
I appreciate that.
Great introduction there.
Yeah.
So give us the band history. How did you guys all meet? How did the band start? How did you come up with the name Bury Your Past? A 3-part question.
Alrighty. Well, how we met. So me and Jacek have been in separate bands that we knew each other for a while. And he was living in California. I was obviously here in
California.
Cali Love.
good,
I got
good
the
old
Cali Love, son.
California.
good old Illinois. And so we had talked many a time about doing a project before he left. Just never got around to it. And we went out to visit one year, and we started talking, and there was a possibility of them coming back. So, again, sparked the interest of a possibility of a project.
So what he's saying is that he brought me back to Illinois.
Do you pay for your transportation?
No. Well, I drove his stuff back,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
yeah, I
It's
guess
all
I
out.
did. I guess
It's all out of pocket.
That's a good
your
friend.
love.
He broke the world record, by the way, driving from San Diego back to Chicago in like 6 hours.
What? Did you like teleport? How
No,
is that a thing?
it was like 29 hours.
How long should it take you if you're a normal
Like
person?
33.
It depends if you sleep.
What was your trick to staying awake for that period of time?
There was no trick.
So let's put it this way:
cocaine.
when
Yeah,
I,
cocaine's a hell of a drug. Just
These guys get it.
just 8 balls of cocaine
Just traveling cross state lines.
and an iPod shuffle. No,
I've definitely been missing out on something if I didn't. Damn it.
You're not traveling with cocaine, Morgan?
No, I'm just not doing coke. Maybe I need to live more and be able to get all my shit done if I did this.
in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
so to put it in perspective, when I moved to Cali and I drove there, it took me 3 days. Okay, and he drove a damn truck.
in a day and a half.
Steve and his damn truck.
Eh. I didn't want to be in a truck, so it wasn't
me
hard.
outta here.
It's like
Pedal to the floor.
get home in a reasonable amount of time, sleep. Fuck it, I'll just go home. So made the trip back. We started talking about it, had some preliminary talks. You know, he was just getting into a job again after moving back. And I recently just gotten a job after, right before he got back. So we were just kind of getting ourselves back into that, you know, perspective with work and whatnot. About a month or two later, we actually sat down and discussed what we wanted to do project-wise. And we had Jasek's brother-in-law at the time. Chris was our bass player, and he was in a band with Jasek back in the day as well. And so he was on board as well. So that was the main three for the band at the time. We put together an ad for a drummer, and we put that out on the interwebs, and a couple lame ducks, but then we ran across Bob. I saw Bob drive by my house, continue to drive past my house, go around the corner. I'm like, he's not stopping. He's just, this guy's just going.
If you saw these guys for the first time, no.
Hard
I'm
pass.
going in this house by myself. Who the fuck are these guys, man?
We're intimidated as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. Just fat old guys.
That's it.
So Bob actually parked around the corner, came into the house. We had a nice little discussion.
I had to plan my escape route. That's why
He did. He's constantly looking at the windows.
To make sure I see what we got. Yeah.
But we had a discussion, and after the discussion, we said, well, you know, we'll try to secure a practice spot to do a little jam and see if it's going to go anywhere. And he was down, so I'm like, I'll be in contact. I went back downstairs in the basement with the guys, and I was like, he ain't coming back. He ain't gonna call us back, man. I'm telling you, I got a weird feeling. So I put together the practice spot, and we went ahead and set up the time. Bob showed up. We jammed out, and it worked. It just worked. We had a couple very raw layouts of songs, and Bob plugged in drums without really hearing these songs, and I'd say by the end of that practice, we had 2 fully structured songs done. So when it clicks like that, it's kind of hard not to take it seriously. And I think by the end of the following week, we had a practice spot locked down. So it started to roll fairly quickly from that point.
What year was this?
Good question. I was thinking the same thing.
2012.
Okay.
You're like summer of 1973.
73.
Yeah.
No,
Might as well be.
it was a minute. Like I said, I've been playing live since roughly 2006. So, and I know Jasek was roughly around the same time, if not before, probably 2004, 2005, right? So,
1988.
1988. No, I'm not talking about in your bedroom. I'm talking about on a stage, man.
Nice.
In the shower. all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Go.
To the mirror with a hair comb.
I mean, the acoustics in the bathroom are some that you can never get anywhere
It's
else.
amazing.
It always sounds good.
The best audience is yourself, always. Come on, guys.
It's true. It's true because we think we're amazing, and then we get up on stage and it's like, yeah, we're gonna have to do some work. But that was the we also had a lead guitar player at the time by the name of Joel, and not to leave him out because it was right around the same time we met Bob. So like I said, it all kind of came together fairly quickly. We took about 6-7 months to write songs, but once we had those, 8 songs done, we went out and we were playing. So, and it kind of clicked off fairly quickly. We had some success. We were playing pretty decent shows. Tony Fackley, we hooked up with him right out of the gate through our buddies Al and Atlanta's Burning because they practiced in the same spot.
Our first band friends.
Exactly.
Atlanta's burning.
They walked over and they're like, "Hey guys, we heard you guys playing. It's not that bad." So
They felt sorry for
You
us.
guys like metal too?
It's like so mediocre you guys are playing over here.
it's kind of acceptable. It's not bad. So we actually that's when we started talking and BSing, and we've been family with these guys since that point. So like I said, when we came out, it kind of hit off quickly, and we did probably, if you want to say a tour with Atlanta's Burning, we did like a 6-month spot where every show we played together.
Yeah.
You know, out of the 4 bands or whatever, it was us 2 always on the same bill. So they'd book a show, we'd be on it. We'd book a show, they'd be on it.
What practice spot do you guys all jam at?
Well, back then it was Shark Studios.
Oh, fucking Tony Shark.
Yeah, right on North
I
Avenue
remember.
there.
I remember these stories.
Yeah. So and then that place closed down, and he opened up a new spot. We were there for a while. That kind of got moldy, and then we moved.
Literally moldy.
Literally moldy. And we moved into Yasek's basement for a while. That's why our hometown is Gilbert's, by the way. If it doesn't make any sense. That's why. But we jammed down there. That's right around the time also when we lost Joel and we lost Chris. And
They didn't die.
no, they just we went our separate ways.
We just lost them.
They just
They never
could
came
not
back.
find them.
It was like you lose your keys, you know?
Where the fuck did my Joel and Chris go? I don't know.
They're in the cushion somewhere. But yeah, so they
Die. They didn't die. Yeah.
we had to resuscitate them once,
yeah.
but
They just right.
we hit them with the defibrillator. They came back to life.
Right. It was a crazy time.
No, we went our separate ways musically, because we were starting to go a little bit different direction with the stuff that me, Chris, and Yasek and Bob were writing.
Yeah, we
And-
kind of had this punk metal
Feel. Yeah, in the
punk kind
beginning.
of feel in the beginning. Yeah, and we had some good stuff going on there too, you know. But as we were wrapping up, I guess, well, if I remember right, like song number 6-ish, I want to say,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more. We started. I think about that time. That's when Chris had left, or we had.
Well, it was
lost
stepping
Chris.
back.
And after that, we brought Freddie in.
And he
Right.
filled in on bass.
Freddie came in on bass for a period, and from there we were still continuing our punkish sort of sound that we had. And then once we finally got to Gilbert's, that's when our sound kind of was changing to more of a melodic.
It
kind of
definitely
feel.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
From that point, we pretty much drew a line in the sand and said, "This is the direction I think we're all comfortable going." And from that point, we wrote 6 songs fairly quickly. And then we found Ted. Ted came in. Ted was a contact through Bob. And he came in, and he was down. We did it. He was timing-wise was rough for him because of the business that he's in. He's a restaurant manager, so his time is very taken on the weekends. So he had a schedule-wise was rough for us because we only practiced 1 day a week. We practiced on Saturday morning, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just
Make it
because I work third shift, he travels a lot working for United. Bob's a school teacher. Freddie's a
Dropping that United.
dropping out United for when we have to go overseas. But
Get some buddy passes.
yeah, exactly. No. I'm talking about for the tour. The tour.
The tour of United. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
The
Right.
terminal. The terminal. We're gonna
You
walk
used
through
United to carry all the stuff.
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, we were kind of jokingly talking about this, but this could potentially happen. We were going to make a trip down to Puerto Rico, and I could ship all the gear on United down
Wow.
to PR.
That's awesome.
And then play a couple of gigs down in PR. So that is definitely something that could be done. But
So
you know,
why Puerto Rico? Just because you guys need a vacation, or do you have a connection?
You know
or-
what?
Because
Puerto Rico.
Bob's Puerto Rican,
I
first
am
of all.
Puerto Rican.
So he
Okay.
wants to take you guys home and introduce you to his family.
Well, I've been there like many times, and I love the place too. But I heard there's a good metal scene down there, bro.
That's what I
Yeah,
don't
it's
hear.
huge. Huge metal scene,
Who would have thunk?
right? They're all doing the salsa to metal. It's great.
Good stuff, man. Ooh,
Hey, wait, it's original.
Yeah, but bottom line is that shipping gear for free is a thing for us. Yes.
That would be awesome.
Definitely.
Let's keep this guy.
It's a possibility.
so if you want to go overseas, talk to Yasik. He will ship your gear
for a nominal for a nominal
for a
fee.
nominal fee.
Can't guarantee that it's going to make it there.
Well, at least it's not a dog.
It can get in the air though.
Make
That's-
him an offer if he can't refuse.
That's right.
So
Oh,
Puerto
Christ.
Rico's an option. What? Since 2012, music-wise, what have you guys recorded, and what have you guys brought tonight to?
Well, we have our actual release since the new lineup of the band. It's Civil Disobedience. We worked with Andy from Atlantis Burning on that.
You just
Recorded everything.
pointed and he's not here.
Oh, well,
That's Al.
Al's here.
the affiliate.
Yep.
The affiliate is
Yep,
here.
the stand-in.
affiliate.
The band representative.
Exactly. Exactly. Andy's not that far from here. I don't know why he's not here. But we'll talk to our producer later. But yeah, so we went in
God,
with Andy.
What a guy.
Yes.
What a professional that guy is, man. He was about as patient as could be doing this process with us. I mean, my God. I mean, my word. I mean,
We recorded drums for this thing twice.
yeah, oh my God.
So we record the drums completely at one time.
Yeah.
We start working on the mixes. And
Hold up.
Oh,
What the
There we
fuck
go.
just happened?
Just a little-
Bob pulling cords.
Bob,
Bob,
stop
stop pulling-
touching
I
things.
did not pull
Stop
any
pulling
cord-
on chords.
It was
that's why you play drums, bro.
I know. I don't get chords. I'm sorry.
Somebody get this guy a pen.
They need a chord peripheral or something. Man. Is there one out there? I don't know.
So, okay, recorded the drums twice. Give me the backstory. What?
So we record them once. We start working on the overall mixes, the raw mixes of them, and we finally get a session or some time where we're going to go ahead and start working on the bass tracks. We sit down with Andy and we start listening to him, and Andy just turns around in his magic chair and says, "I don't like any of this." So I'm like,
And
Okay.
so awesome of him to just right out there, no bullshit. Just look,
Yeah.
this isn't good.
Yeah.
This is pretty shitty.
he wasn't happy. So we scheduled a time for us to re-record the drums.
Wait, did he record them the first time?
Yes.
And then he was like,
In a different room. It was
Ah.
a different room at that point. That was our practice spot we were in, and he just, I don't know if it was just he wasn't feeling it. He wasn't feeling the overall sound of the drums in that room.
But he was so patient with it. And when we would sit down, I mean, I would go and visit Andy during the week, and we would sit down for a good 2 or 3 hours. Just, hey, this beat doesn't sound right. How do we make it sound as awesome as possible? What do we need to change, et cetera, et cetera. And I would just have notes and notes of stuff. Okay, we need to go back to this song and go this time, change here. And I would even text him middle of the night. Andy, I'm
Sext
having
him.
an aneurysm.
Yes,
I would
yes.
text him. Yeah, and
You sext them?
yeah, I would. Andy is lovely.
A lot of
He got
inappropriate-
bonus sessions with Andy.
Andy, man, Andy.
That would be the reason for the bill at the end.
It is- exactly right. That was pretty sizable, if you know what I mean.
I think you need to bury that in your past.
Hey, kazing!
I like it. One for Morgan.
All right,
Boom! I'm already winning this game. And
Right.
didn't even put down rules.
Nice.
but he was just super awesome with it, super professional, and I could not thank Andy enough for just the patience that would go into the process. Absolutely awesome work. So Andy Kent.
So, yeah, just besides the fact that he's very patient, I mean, he's also very honest. So he will let you know exactly if he doesn't like something. So for anybody listening that wants to do recording, I mean, we would highly recommend working
What's
with
his-
Andy.
Yeah, does he have a studio name that
Recording.
he
No.
goes under?
No, I keep trying to get one out of him,
Yeah.
and he won't. So
He took
Kent
this as
Recordings is what
secret.
I'm going with.
Kent Recording.
Andy Kent's studio name is Andy
I'd say
Kent.
AK Recordings, but then Yasik would make a face at me. But
I
Them
I was
AKs.
thinking
I don't like them AKs.
Kent without Barbie, but I forgot it's Ken, not Kent.
Good one,
It's not
Morgan. Minus that 1
1
point.
point,
you-
hey.
You're back to zero.
And she
Yeah,
takes a
I
step
lost
back.
it. This is a ruleless game.
So before this recording, though, have you recorded before?
Yes, it was a live demo.
Okay.
We did 4 songs with the old lineup. We actually had that on Reverb Nation. It was playing for a while. We actually got some feedback from it, but it wasn't up to what the standard for the scene was.
Yeah.
It was very raw, very raw.
Raw dogging it, brah.
Yeah, very much so. So we wanted to put something out that we were happy with, and that was professional. And that's the reason, part of the reason we went with Andy, because we heard his demos or EPs from Atlanta's Burning. They were always on point, very well sounding.
He records all of Atlanta's Burning
Yep.
stuff?
All of it.
Yes.
Al confirms.
Al confirms.
Well, let's play a track off of Civil Disobedience.
Okay, what do you want to play?
Well, what do you want to play? What do you think if you were to give somebody this CD? What song would you be like? Listen to this song first. This best describes Bury Your
Oh
Past.
shit!
Right.
We're in some trouble now.
Well, if you were to put a song with the cover of the artwork there, you'd probably go with Know Your Enemy.
Yeah,
All right.
I'd say that.
Well, let's play it off of Civil Disobedience, the EP by Bury Your Past. Here is Know Your Enemy.
Can't concede, we must stand our ground. We all stroll blissfully through our petty lives, consumed and obsessed with our self-relevance. This is the day of coding our souls, stripping away our liberties. In the name of corporate gods, live aside of what's real. What's you gonna do? Where will it settle in? What are you prepared for? Do you see what's at stake now? Others have stood for their beliefs. Others have taken it to the streets. No, 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 others have taken it to the Let's stand together, we are not alone. Others have made their voices known. Others have stood for their beliefs. Others have taken it to the street. Threat is real, know your enemy. Know your enemy. As you walk through the storm, you will walk Involve yourself, commit Threat is real, know your enemy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? You got Diggs McNasty.
Timmy D. Corey Carmander Davidson.
And Jared Ercoli from Fools Brew, and we fucking love metal. So listen in to the Metal Experience because there's some cool motherfuckers, goddammit. Ho ho!
All right, I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, and we are the Metal Experience, and we are here with Barrier Past. That was Know Your Enemy off of the Civil Disobedience EP that actually came out recently. What was the official release date of that?
September 15,
September
2018.
15. And our writer, Paulie B, he's also in the band Sound of
Yep.
Fire. He wrote a awesome review for the album, and it's up on our website under the Reviews from the Crypt blog. Go check that out on themetalexperience.com. Woo!
Thank you, Paulie.
Yes, without
Yes,
doubt.
totally. Thank you, man.
So what were some of the inspirations behind the songs that you wrote for this album? What lyrically did you write about?
Yeah, Bob.
Oh, well, we just didn't know your enemies, so we're not there yet. But that's I have to turn that over to Yasik.
This
Oh,
is
wow.
gonna be, this is gonna be great.
Author.
Well, Bob wrote Princess.
Wonder why? No, I'm kidding.
So that's a relationship
later.
song. I would say that there's definitely a couple of songs about love.
Which is rare in metal to actually write a sincere song about love. It's always hate and heartbreak.
And butt love.
No,
Oh,
it's not.
sorry.
You write butt love songs?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, love is not always skipping hand in hand through the flowers. All right,
That's true.
there is some times in love where, you know, you're pitted against each other, and but you got to resolve your issues and move forward.
Shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta find a way to power through
I'm always
that.
pitted against you.
Oh, down my
That was
Ice shot. 1 point for Morgan. She redeems herself.
Outstanding.
She's +1 now.
Oh man.
She go
I
down
catch
your
it.
pants?
I went to catch
my
it,
God.
and I missed it, and it
Went
went
down
down
the
my
shirt?
fucking shirt.
That's
she
nice.
tossed a piece of ice
That's nice.
perfectly into the collar of
Perfect.
Luco's shirt. That's unreal. That's
That went down my pants too.
wow. That is use the glass.
Hey,
man.
Bob,
That's what I'm saying.
go get it.
I have to graciously. Do I get a glove?
Use your teeth.
Ooh, that's rough. I've seen. I know that movie. Yeah.
Got so real so fast.
So know your enemy.
Yeah.
Give
Right.
us the genesis.
I
of
mean,
the
so
lyrics.
there's a couple of songs. I mean, so Race Leader deals with I think the political environment that we're kind of living in today. Know Your Enemy is kind of an anti-establishment song. I mean, it kind of looks at the system that we live in today and how it has favored the top 1%, if you will, over the last few decades, and how that gap between that top 1% and the rest of us is grown substantially. And ultimately, it's about standing up to that system the way it's designed today. And then Slug is really just a straightforward, kind of simple song about a coworker that you're not maybe very fond of, which I think most of us can relate to.
I love all my coworkers.
You're one of the few. You're lucky. You're extremely lucky. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, yeah.
What about Lost Imagined?
That's another love song.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
Wait, why did you just point at me like that? You didn't write that song. It's not about me.
There you go. Another love song.
It's about the love,
If anything,
baby.
it's loss of that ice cube. That's what happened.
It's already melted.
It's already gone.
Just like my heart.
Don't worry, I'll fill it up with methane gas.
Gets so dark so fast.
Can we give him a negative point? That was being mean.
She'll
he
live.
gets no points.
Guys, I'm still winning. No, I'm kidding.
Methane.
All right. So let's play Slug because I'm interested in hearing about a coworker that you don't like working with. Because I've never heard of a song being written about a coworker. So the thought that you put into that coworker to write a song, it must be pretty awesome.
And you can salsa to it.
Salsa. All right. Well, here is a song for you to salsa to called Slug by Bury Your Past.
He's a story about a name named Slug. Got his name cause he sweats a lot. You can find him on the 17th floor, searching Yahoo or the NFL store. You get a message or something work related in no time. Shit is delegated. Use a waste of space. We can read through your bullshit. You will get exposed. You're phony as without. Your life, your breath, and all you are. Still the wind intellectual. Always full of questions. Can't find out what's the regulation. What's the policy and procedure? How do I access that? Goes on and on and on. You've come this far, but soon will be the end for you. Common call is how you got no clue. You'll be ridiculed. Sit back, you're watching as you scramble to save face again. This time I will not What's the policy and procedure? How do I access that? Goes on and on and on. You've come this far, but soon will be the end for you. Come and call is how you got no clue. You'll be ridiculed. Sit back watching as you scramble to save face again. This time I will not carry you, so you can save You've come this far, but soon will be the end for you. Come and call is how you got no clue. You'll be ridiculed. Sit back watching as you scramble to save face again. This time I will not carry you, so you can save Bury me in the distance. Deep breaths, listen in. Tear my mind into pieces. Just watch me fall apart.
I'm Meredith.
I'm Ryan. And I'm John. And we are Victims. And you're listening to The Metal Experience. Check out our full-length album, Volume 2, Inside the Mind, available everywhere.
Woo! Metal Experience rocking out in the back of Fits and Spare Keys. We were talking about some cool stuff
Don't go there.
while Slug was playing. I'm exhausted. I need to use the bathroom.
It's not funny, guys. Stop encouraging
It
them.
is.
Morgan, if you were a guy, it would be like, yeah.
I'm a lady, okay?
Hang. There's like 8 guys in this room.
I am
so-
well aware. That's why I'm pointing out I'm a female. I'm in this room too. So,
So
come
anyway,
on.
we're talking about shit.
That's exactly
Moving on,
it.
though. Oh my goodness. So, give me some of the
Think of a professional question.
yeah, right.
Wait, what?
What he wants to say is, tell me about the biggest poop you ever had.
Tell me about the funnest time on stage.
Funnest is not
The
a word.
funniest. Morgan, I got nothing. My brain is in the toilet right now.
Obviously,
Take it away.
I know. What Luca wants to say is, what has been your most embarrassing moment playing on stage in front of an audience? Or can somebody remember about somebody else's embarrassing moment that they thought was hilarious, but you didn't?
All right,
I'm
so
looking at you, Yasik.
everyone wants to point out that I tend to fall on stage, but
Accident.
it
prone.
hasn't happened lately, and that's because I've
have been
been
very
semi-sober, which is not fun at all.
been very
But
good.
when in the early days, when I was overindulging with beverages, I fell into a drum set once, and I fell off the stage once. Once I did like some kind of a ninja trick
Roll.
where I fell backwards and I recovered like super well, and it looked cool in the end, but it was not intentional.
The road to get there was difficult.
I finally figured that it's just a dangerous profession when you're under the influence, so I've tried not to be as much. I haven't fallen lately, and I tend to keep it that way.
We're gonna get him a life alert, just to make sure we're covered.
You guys won't be there to help him. You'll just be like, yeah, use your life alert.
Well,
Yasik.
you should write a song called "Help Me, I'm Falling and I Can't Get Up."
Well, the problem is we'll be laughing too hard.
You mean
help 'em.
that hasn't been written before?
Have you written a song called "Life Alert"?
Ooh, I don't think so.
No, it's a great title. Thanks for the suggestion.
Life Alert. Actually, that is a pretty good title.
That
I
is
mean,
not bad.
you wouldn't sing it about old people wearing
Falling down, in the shower. But
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Morgan.
Royalties.
we're gonna have to give rights. We're gonna have to give song title rights now.
So you got
First, you got to pay the company for Life Alert, and then you can pay me.
Exactly.
We accept payment in the form of high fives. So
Cool.
You don't get to decide what my payment is.
Oh,
low fives.
Low fives.
Low fives. I'll take the high fives. Morgan takes the low fives.
Why do I get low?
You're shorter. Seemed appropriate.
okay.
Wow.
All right, there we go.
Right?
We're there.
That makes
just
sense.
hating on me
We're on the
today.
same page. We're all on the same page.
I am not on the same
We're on.
page. I don't
Us
want
guys
low
are on the same
five.
page.
Look,
I'm saying we're
you
here.
want high fives, you get high fives.
Thanks.
They'll give you high fives.
We got
Yeah,
you.
from Yasik. So you have to get on a chair.
That is true.
It's
We're
okay.
talking about
I
a
can jump.
6'5", 6 foot high five. Right?
6.5 foot.
Yeah, right.
7 or something. God only knows.
That's a giant.
He's
Have
too
you ever
tall.
played basketball together?
Yes. Well, me and Yasik have.
Oh boy. I would
Yeah,
stay away
that's
from
funny.
sports. You don't want to see.
I think it was against a
giant
couple
fat
of
guy rolling all over the
Utes.
place.
10-year-olds,
It was against our sons.
and we crushed them.
We did.
Well, when you're
Insert
playing
high five now.
10-year-olds to boost your egos,
It was,
I am sure.
Crushed them.
It was a game to 11 by ones, and we won 11 zip.
Yeah.
And they came out bloody.
Blouses.
Wait, why did they come out bloody? What did you do to your son?
Bows all day.
They don't know how to set a pick. That's, I don't know what to tell
It
you.
was all about the pick.
Guard me, son.
Okay. Momentum.
Put your hands in the
When
air.
you start moving, okay, weight, it becomes a factor.
Box
All
out.
Why
right.
didn't you team up with your child and have a bonding
Nah.
experience against each other's
Because
kid and
we
you?
are
You
firm
gotta-
believers that young people need to be taught a lesson.
Tough love.
And especially when they talk trash to
Exactly.
their parents,
Exactly.
they have to find out the hard way.
Let's settle this on the court.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. We are.
You
gonna
don't want to
settle
go to
some
sleep? We'll settle this on the court.
We'll go to the court. We'll go to war. We'll go to war. God, man, I do not want to do any athletic competition with Steve because now we were playing Madden a while back, and
Which Madden? Which year?
oh my God, what fucking year? What is it? It
was like last year. You guys were playing Madden '98 on the.
No. It
oh
was
my
last
God,
year's
I wish.
version.
I
Yeah.
wish. If
Sega
we
Genesis.
were if we were playing on Sega Genesis, this is over. It's a whole new ballgame. This was on Xbox
That's
or
Tecmo
something.
Bowl, man. This
Oh,
is it's totally
don't
different
even let.
animal.
Oh my God, we will do that. But yeah, Steve totally crushed me. I think it was like legit 135 to like 21 or something like that.
Which is not realistic in football at all.
It's not.
But
You
in
put
Ma-
points
yeah,
on
right,
the board.
yeah.
Put
Yeah,
points on the board. It wasn't a shutout.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
actually,
bad.
Bob put no points on the board.
It's
Yasik's
true.
9-year-old son put the points.
That is a stone cold.
He took
fact.
over eventually, yes.
Yeah, that was. Oh my word.
What were the teams? What was the matchup?
I was the Bears,
Of course.
Yeah.
of course,
Stop Bears.
and I think you were New England,
I think so. That
Sounds about right.
and the goat choked on it.
Those were
hard.
that was the Dick Duran era Bears, right?
The Bears 100. The Bears 121. New England -7.
Speaking of the Bears, Mark Bortz is going to be at the Binnie's in Downers Grove that I work at Thursday, December 13th, from 6 to
Thursday.
8, signing autographs.
Sweet.
Do you know who he is?
Was
It's
it
the people that I
offensive
texted went,
lineman,
who?
right? Offensive line, yeah.
I think
Offensive
so.
lineman for the Bears.
On
course
the
I know who the
85
offensive linemen
Bears.
are.
Mark Bortz.
I'm old enough to remember this shit.
So it's free. Come on out. Come see me work. Come see Mark
Where you
Bortz.
at? Where you at?
Where you
Downey,
at?
Downers Grove Binnie's.
Is it during the day?
It's 6 to 8.
You day walkers.
In the morning.
I swear to God.
It's evening. It's 6 to 8.
Not 6 a.m.
Oh,
He-
I was gonna say,
Is that
damn
a
it.
joke? What liquor stores open at 6 a.m. around the suburbs?
good one.
For Mark
hardcore
Bortz? Are you
shit.
kidding me?
Actually,
Bortz?
if anybody
He's a national
knows,
treasure, for God's sake.
Me and Yasik know all the liquor stores that are open at 6 a.m.
Mark Bortz was like, "Listen, I'll come to your liquor store, but it starts at 6 a.m.
And you better have a bottle of whiskey ready to go.
And an Egg McMuffin. We're good.
Wait, it's an egg white delight. You know, he's getting up there in age now.
Yeah.
Got to think
Conscientious.
White Russian. Yeah.
White Russian.
That's a good one.
That is
6
next.
a.m..
That is next. I'm going to finish the Stella.
6
And
a.m.
a White
signing.
Russian
That would be
next.
hilarious.
So let's get back a little
6
bit
p.m.,
to bury your
folks.
past. What were some of the bands that got you into heavier music?
The metals.
Go ahead, Yasik. Start it off.
Or even into the instrument. Or Yasik, what got you doing vocals? Because you can't exactly pick up. I mean, what gets you into vocals? Just like, and then just start screaming.
Celine Dion got him in, I think.
Um,
That's true.
so, Backstreet Boys.
Yes!
New Kids on the Block.
Nice. Oh.
This guy
You see,
knows my
I
shit.
always wanted to be that guy from the boy band that,
Me too.
That got
went
all the
solo,
pussy.
right? He went solo because he was the talent, right? And that's still my goal today. I feel like
now
I
it's
can
just
still go solo.
the
Mr.
David Lee Roth.
JT.
Yeah. I mean, this
You have
is-
the right stuff.
This is the reason.
Baby.
This is the reason we do a Justin Bieber cover, by the way.
Why Justin Bieber, not Justin Timberlake,
That's coming.
who has
It's
the better
coming.
career?
Well, according to Yasik and his eulogy before the song,
Biebs is a Canadian treasure. So don't even go there.
And you're a Polish wonder. Why'd you choose the Canadian?
I've heard this before. I've heard it.
So go JT. What are you talking about?
Which Justin Bieber song do you guys cover? Not like I would know them anyway, but
don't lie.
I have
Don't
no-
lie.
Guilty pleasure.
As long as you love me.
That is Backstreet Boys.
No, it isn't.
No, that's the Biebs.
They probably do have a song called As Long as You
They
Love
all
Me.
have
Oh
songs called the
yeah,
songs.
that is true. It's
As long as
Love
you
is a very-
love me.
Yeah, somewhere. In
See, I know
there.
that one.
you
I have a little sister,
Where
so
you from?
Oh wow, there you go.
but Biebs came a little bit later, so I was already out
right.
of the house, so I didn't hear her.
And you grew up.
And I grew up.
All right, but
I'm seeing Backstreet Boys in concert in August, guys. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm sorry.
Can't
so,
wait.
so
opening for
JT's
Backstreet
on the list of things to do.
You should.
I wish.
Morgan,
I wish.
Morgan
no
will
lie.
be there with a bunch of 11-year-olds.
'Cause he's a sexy man.
He is.
Oh, God.
He is.
I got into East Coast hardcore early on. Was following that scene for a while. But as far as metal, I mean, Pantera, Cowboys from Hell came out. Vulgar came out. Sepultura before that. Back in like the late 80s. That's what got me into the heavy. And then, yeah.
And then Sepultura
When did
got
you move
light.
from Poland to the U.S.?
In 1991. That's how old I am.
I mean, you could have been 2 years old and moved in.
That's true.
So
That's true.
did you get to go to Poland and see any awesome shows when the scene was?
So not too many shows in Europe. I saw Sepultura play in Belgium, and that was an awesome show. That was on the Arise tour. I want to say it was like 1990.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
badass.
That was before mosh pits. We didn't know what mosh pits were. Everybody was just standing there on the floor doing this, like banging their heads, and there was no moshing.
Now you got the wall of death.
And I think
Now
moshing
have
actually
things
came from the
changed.
States, and actually then it was later on like introduced in Europe. I'm pretty sure of this.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Learning something.
The
today.
history of mosh pits.
Let's
Exactly.
think about the show that we were just at not too long ago when we saw like
Yes.
Must Have Flames. What the fuck was that? That was not a mosh pit at all.
No.
That was a rowboat that happened out of nowhere, and then a wall of death in the same show. I couldn't figure out what was happening,
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
and you wouldn't because you weren't there.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yes,
was
you
too
were
busy getting
completely
drunk.
wasted. Like
Yeah, you were white girl wasted.
You were white girl
you were-
wasted.
Yes.
I like getting white girl wasted.
Who doesn't?
It's fun.
All right. So
And then what made you decide to do vocals? Like what kind of...
You know what? My
Just-
brother was in the local band before I even started playing.
what does he play?
He was vocals as well. And so I went through all of the shows religiously, and I brought a bunch of people to every time because that's when I used to have a lot of friends. Now I don't know anybody anymore.
You guys don't matter.
My
Do you hear this?
bandmates here.
Well, now you know us, and now we're friends.
Hey, we're friends. Yay.
So
You can go to
but-
Backstreet Boys with me.
Jesus.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The reunion tour.
That
is
does
happening.
make you larger than life.
Reunion tour. They've been together again for like another 5 years.
They've had 8 reunions.
It's a reunion now.
Oh my god.
But that's when I was like, I really want to do this, you know? I really want to do this. Just waiting for the right time. And, I mean, I think that you do have to have some singing ability to be a vocalist. I don't think you could just wing it necessarily. But, you know, the screaming part it comes with time. It's just a matter of practice. You got to practice. Like, Keith told me one time, Keith from Atlanta's Burning, and those are very true words. You know, your throat is like an instrument, and you got to practice. It's just like you practice playing drums or guitar. And it just gets better with time. So...
What was your first band?
My first band was Life Like
Tarnished.
Violence.
Tarnished.
Yeah, Tarnished. Yeah, sure. Life Like Violence was the very first one, early 2000s.
It evolved into Life Like Violence.
Yeah, I mean, between then and now, it's like, what the fuck was I doing?
Have you ever considered having your brother guest as a vocalist on a song?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. My brother never actually came to any of my shows. And so
Yeah.
it would be difficult for me to ask him to do something without him actually even showing up to my show. So I know this is kind of an emotional moment. Sorry.
Maybe we need to call him out and tag him in the post when we post a show to have him listen to this so he can come out to your show.
It's not going to bother him. Plus, he's in Florida now.
How dare he?
You could just send him the track, and he can
Yeah.
record some
Spitting on
vocals
the
on
broken
it.
heart right there. That's what
Yeah, I don't know if he would be interested. I think he's probably outgrown that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's moved forward in life, where we have decided to stay where we are.
You decided to bury your past.
We did, yes.
Shazing.
She's nailing the puns.
Yeah.
We bury our past one day at a time.
Yes, true.
Some more influences.
Bob, Steve?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would say some of my earlier metal influences, pretty similar. Jessica certainly is Pantera, Sepultura for sure, of course, Metallica. Certainly the guys on my shirt, Helmet. Love some Helmet. Good stuff. I like the.
Bet you do.
Did I walk into that one? Did I walk into that? I didn't mean to walk into that one. I mean the band. Okay, I mean the band. But no, they. I like the off times that Helmet does in their songs. Certainly, of course, Deftones. I would say for me, like in terms of just drummers I kind of look to would be Bron Daler from Mastodon, of course, Abe Cunningham, Deftones, another one. But yeah, I mean, just kind of this conglomerate of musicians here that kind of just spit out whatever influence I have. They're just blah, here it is, you know.
What was the name of your first band?
My first band was a band called Cellar back in circa 1994.
With an S or a C?
C, like the basement, because
Okay.
we practice in a basement.
And listen to a lot of Rat.
And that's, yeah. Oh, no, man. No.
So Bob had his hair.
No, man.
Just practice with the space with
But
Rats.
a long time ago, I did have long hair. I really did.
Now you have a long beard, so nothing changed.
That's right. It just kind of. But yeah, with Cellar, it was sort of this. That was my first band there as a sophomore in high school, and that was an awesome experience. Eventually, I would part ways with them to go to school,
School was your new band?
School. Well, well played. To Actual School.
School of Rock,
and
man.
that was the band name, was Actual School. But no, I went to school, and then eventually, once I was able to graduate, settle in my career, I felt the itch again to get out there and jam a little bit more. And so that's when the ad was put out, and I found these guys, and I circled around the house 2 times, and the rest is history. But yeah, those are. I also take a little bit of influence from some Latin music as well. That's what you heard in Slug there, a little bit of a reggaeton beat. That's reggaeton. See, the R in front gets the roll, but you have a single R in the middle.
Jesus.
It's some of us can do that,
right? So
some of us can't.
I wish I could roll my tongue.
It's
Orca mi pollo.
pollo. No roll there. No roll there.
No, but orca.
Orca. Because it's 1 R, be
Yes.
orca.
Yes.
But if it's 2 R's, it'd be or.
I
There's no 2 R's there.
I didn't know whales could purr.
Now it's a pigeon. Now it's a pigeon in there. Pigeon whale.
Them damn pigeon whales shitting on my.
Doing it again. Pigeon whale. I think it's your turn, Steve.
Well, for me, I'm kind of all over the place. I range all the way from blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King, that kind of stuff were very early influences for me. When it came to like rock and metal, it went, surprising enough, starting out with Obituary, Testament, Slayer, were some of my very first bands I listened to.
Just skip the Black Sabbath
Yeah.
and the Metallica.
It
Just
was-
go all
it went
right
straight.
to Obituary. And
It went, actually, you're right, because it was there, and then it was Metallica, then Old Sabbath. I kind of bounced all over the place. But it's just because the guitar players, Stevie Ray Vaughan drew me. I mean, his sound, his emotion on stage, that kind of thing.
so
just,
Stevie Ray Vaughan to Obituary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like I said, I'm all over the place. The common thread in this band is Deftones. We're all kind of have a Deftones thing, a little bit, some more than others, but that's a common thread for all of us. And it's, I think, because of the roller coaster you get to go on during their music. It's not just straightforward rock. Sometimes it's very simple, and the lyrics are what take you on the trip. And sometimes it's the music. It just depends. And that's where I think a little bit of our sound comes from too. I mean, if you listen to the album, there's songs that are straightforward, just metal riffs, and then there's songs like Lost Imagined, which are all over the place, but yet it's telling a story throughout musically as well as vocally. So it's not just the straightforward, every song on the album sounds the same. And that's one thing that, Andy got with us. And that's why, he knew where we were coming from, because he heard the raw demos for these songs and been to shows where we were playing them. And
Heard you guys jamming from down the hall?
At this point, no. We were actually separate, but because we don't practice the same days. So they practice a weekday and a Sunday. We practice only Saturdays. So we would sometimes cross paths when they had shows, or they'd come in to do some stuff, some recording or whatever. So we'd cross paths every once in a while. But we'd always go support each other in the scene. So, he'd hear our stuff, and he understood where we were going and what we were trying to get across. So when it came to the recording, that's why I think he was so critical about everything, the drums, the guitars, the tones, everything. And it came across on the recording very well. And it's because he got us, and that's important to us. It's not just a blanket album of song 1 sounds exactly like song 6. It's not like that. It's literally up and down. There's touches of old school in some of our music, and there's touches of what modern metal is. New metal. There's a little bit from everywhere. We grab from everywhere, and that I just think comes from the just completely crazy spread of influences we all have.
I think that's one of the coolest things that I found. The more I hung out with these guys, just that there's a lot of freedom to express yourself on a creative level, and there's no limitations. We'll, as we're writing our songs and doing our process, whatever the hell that is some days,
Yeah, that's true.
But we're generally open to all ideas, and we're also open to all criticisms with it as well. And as we're developing it at the spot or whatnot, and I think that's just it's really cool. Try not to follow certain patterns. This is what we're feeling, this is what we're writing, we're just gonna go with however it goes, however it feels, and it's liberating. So I hope that is certainly conveyed in the album as well.
Well, fuck yeah. Let's listen. What was the song you mentioned that said it's kind of...
Lost Imagine. That's Lost Imagine. That's a song that was written musically for a while. Jacek put his stamp on it once we started messing with it. But the song's got a message for us, because I was going through stuff. Jacek was going through stuff with our parents. My father, his father as well, going through illnesses, and it really struck for us. That song really stuck for us. So, and it comes across very well on the album. So, plus there's a little intro.
Ooh, I love intros. All right, Lost Imagined off of Civil Disobedience by Bury Your Past.
If you awaken from this illusion, and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies death, or shall I say, death implies life, you can feel yourself not as a stranger in the world, not as something here on probation, not as something that has arrived here by fluke, but you can begin to feel your own existence as absolutely fundamental.
I will be
Hey, come check out Small Town Mentality Podcast with your host Ben and
Austin.
We are on every Thursday morning
with tips on how to be a more efficient racist.
No, we don't do that.
Also, best ways to bag your sister in the sack.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Also, we do impressions.
We don't do that either. We do have some buttons that we push sometimes.
What? And black people.
Anyways, you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and everywhere you get a podcast.
You can find us closest to your nearing burning cross.
No, you can't. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at STM Podcast. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Woo! That was another tasty track by Bury Your Past. We are the Metal Experience, rocking out. Fit to Spare Keys. We're in the back room.
Did you just try to roll your tongue when you said rocking?
No, I
you
can't.
just tried to roll it.
I can't roll my tongue.
Oh, not bad.
That track was Lost Imagine.
He was just licking the microphone.
He was.
He does that a lot.
He was trying to do the alphabet.
I always give myself
Orange flavor.
Yeah, I always give myself the same mic, so if I like spit all over it, it's my own spit. You know.
Gotcha.
If I lick it, which
It's yours. If you lick it, it's yours.
Don't lick the microphones, guys.
unless you want to, I mean, do whatever you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want here on the Metal
The
Experience.
whole community on this microphone.
I'm pretty sure Bob can fit his mouth around
I
that
don't
microphone.
know, man. I don't know. I'm not that hungry.
I'm pretty sure he can.
Okay. All right. We're getting off track.
So you guys have one show coming up in a few months.
April.
April
13th.
How did you book a show for April 13th? What's going on? Give me the details.
I cannot
Give
give
me
you any details. I
no
cannot.
details.
I cannot.
Zero.
All I can do is say it's probably the biggest thing we've ever done, and it will be on the 13th of April, 2019.
The 13th.
So the reason for this big gap between shows
Is also we're getting ready to go dark, right? So we have to finish up songs.
That's an industry term, by the way, going dark.
It's not. It's just we're tired. Is basically what it is. So we're old and tired. So we are we're getting ready. We're getting ready to finish up pre-production on some songs, schedule some studio time, get the next set of songs recorded, and then also start working out video shoots and stuff like that for the songs we already have done from Civil Disobedience. So we got things in the works, and we want to take the time to make sure we're doing it right. And then we're going to hit it again in April, because who likes moving stuff in snow? You know what
Me.
I'm saying?
No, I'm kidding. That's not fun. That's terrible.
It's terrible.
And it's freezing outside.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. So we just decided to take this time. Plus, it's, with the holidays and everything, it's hard to get to practice and all this kind of other stuff. And we just want to make sure we're spending times with our families and giving them the time they deserve, because they allow us to go out and do all this crazy stuff that we do year round. Practice shows, going to see other people play. I mean, I've been personally up to probably 50 shows this year just watching. And it's nuts, because in the years past I would never do stuff like that, But I hooked up with our boys in What Lies Ahead, Steve.
The boys.
Good
guys.
Yeah, exactly. Great guys. And
Guys.
we just went out and just started supporting everybody. I mean, we've been to Rockford. We've been down the south side in Joliet. We've been down to Looney Bin and Bradley. We've been everywhere to see our friends play. And it's kind of the community we're trying to put together. We use the word band fam like crazy. It's not just a term. It's these guys are family. I mean, they're friends of ours. They've been longtime friends, and we go support. And it's important, because they come support us. So it's a two-way street. You got to put it in the time. You got to put it in the time. I mean, we've been speaking of Tony Fackley. Back in the day when we used to book the shows through him. We would go out and support, and he would come out and support, and that's just the type of community we wanted to have. And that's something that still is a little missing in the scene. We're trying to bring it back, trying to bring that family, environment back to the scene where everybody helps everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rising tide helps all ships, not just one. So that's the mentality we have.
Hell yeah.
I like it. Hashtag BandFam.
Hashtag do shit.
Do shit. I mean, it's just so true. I mean, because, you get out there, you play a show at XYZ venue, and you have XY or ABC band. I've already used XYZ. But you have ABC band out there playing, and when they do well, the theory, of course, is that either promoter or place a venue, hey, local band, not so bad, let's keep them coming. So the more one band does well, the more everyone does well. So that's kind of the mantra here. So community. We're not doing this alone. Nobody does any of this alone.
Yeah, so what we do is we jump on the bandwagon. Anybody who has any kind of decent draw, we just jump on that shit. Fucking tag along until they tell us to go away.
Hold on. Now, you were in Plano, Illinois.
That's our strategy.
You were in Plano, Illinois when we sold out.
That's right.
That venue, which
nobody was in front of us.
There was nobody. So there was What Lies Ahead.
What Lies ahead was in front.
What Lies Ahead was in front of us.
And there was the birth of What Rhymes with Bread.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. That's our pet nickname for him.
Love you guys.
And I mean that was really, when you talk about, you see some memes online about, if you can't support me now when I'm playing to 5 people, you can't support me when I'm playing a sold out room. Well, there's bands that are going to be able to achieve that sold out room one day. You talk about bands that are coming up like Synovia, Alethea. Those guys are young, on the cusp, on the upward rise, and God bless what they're doing, and God bless those guys. They're all great people.
Mm-hmm.
And
making great music.
Yes, exactly. Totally. Exactly. And, it's the community, right? I mean, we've played with them, we've hung out with them, they're good guys. And that's important, because I've played with, over the years, from 2006 to now, played with plenty of bands where 2 of the guys are cool, but there's that one guy it's just like, no, we're not going to connect. And they don't give a shit, and it's hard to stomach that, because it's like we're all together on this thing, and we might as well just all be friends and help each other, But some people,
especially with Synovia, we want to be friends with them.
Stop. But they
just like saying their name.
He does.
Synovia. Sexy.
Get your mouth off the mic like that. It's weird.
Yeah, I told you no tongues.
Hey, if he can lick the mic, I can lick the mic.
He owns the microphone.
He says he told me I could do it, so I'm gonna
if you want to, totally.
Don't tell him that.
We've got extra little mic cover things. Yeah,
These things are cheap, right?
Dude, yeah.
These little foamy things.
You buy like a fucking pack of 10 for like $8.
Not
do
that
whatever you
cheap.
want.
Jeez.
You don't know where that's been. There's been so many people that have used
Wait,
that.
hold on.
Exactly.
Are you telling me that you put a used one in my face?
It's a brand.
That's
actually,
unacceptable.
Actually, the red
bro.
one, is actually pretty brand new. There was a yellow one up there, and I looked at it. I'm like, this thing's kind of getting dingy.
I'm taking this one home as a souvenir. So.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
the little red cover. I've got a purple one sitting in the box.
You got a wristband, a magnet. You got plenty of stuff to take home.
If you want the red cover, it's yours.
Oh, don't feed
Well,
the
thanks,
animals.
man.
Don't feed
Appreciate
the
it.
animals.
I've got a replacement in the box. Well, Morgan, it's about that time.
If you say so.
You know what time it is?
Game time.
All right. Let's fucking
shit.
set that shit up.
Now it's time for
Hey man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right. This week and every week, always brought to you by our friends at Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. This week, we're featuring one of our 3 Reverb Nation winners from our last 2018 contest that we held. Congrats to, drumroll Morgan,
Boom.
Existing in Exile from Nashville, Tennessee. We've got a twofer for you tonight. The songs We All Suffer and Burning All Humanity Down. Whew! Some fucking brutal song titles. All right,
real.
Morgan. Let's do it. Existing in Exile.
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Woo! All right, that segment brought to you by Imprint Recordings. Your music, your imprint. Visit imprintrecordings.com for more information for all your recording needs. That was Exiting in Exile from Nashville, Tennessee. That that two for we played was We All Suffer and Burning All Humanity Down.
Boom.
Fucking brutal, son.
Oh, yeah.
We're
I'll be
rocking
doing
out.
a written interview with them soon.
Okay.
So keep a lookout for that
How
going
soon?
on the website. Whenever I free time from both jobs to create an interview,
Oh.
then I will.
So tomorrow.
No.
Like in
not
15 minutes? No.
So then Thursday. Got it. Thursday. So Thursday, Morgan
No
will
pressure.
have that done. Take it away, Morgan.
I was going to ask you guys a question, and obviously Ted and Freddie can't play, so they're not going to have this awesome bonding experience.
Oh, man.
And
Very
they're
true. Very
not
true.
going to be as close as the three of you will be after this experience.
Oh, yeah.
Is there going to be some physicality
Too
involved?
close, man.
Well, what you do in your own time in your band space is what you do then. I don't want to interfere with that. But I did want you guys to give us a fun fact about you that your bandmates do not know about you yet.
Ooh. Ooh. Fun fact.
So what is something that you haven't told each other about yourself?
I masturbate. Constantly.
Every 5 to 10 minutes. No.
Those are the questions that have to come pre-interview
And drunk.
so that we can prepare ourselves.
No. This is on the spot. Think about
It's on the
something that
spot.
you haven't told each other about yourself.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, see, he knows. He's on top of it, guys.
He's on top of something.
So the very first CD that I've ever owned in my entire life. Ready?
Jesus.
This is happening. This is gonna happen.
Hold on. Do we get guesses?
Go ahead.
Shania Twain's whatever she does.
No, but I like where your head's at.
Celine Dion?
No.
Yeah.
No, you're walking in the path though.
That's scary.
Morgan?
It was Limp Bizkit.
No. Bring it back now. I gotta bring it back a notch.
Morgan, his first CD.
Eminem's The Real Slim Shady.
You came the closest.
I thought you said it was along the lines of Celine Dion and Shania
He said you were
Twain.
getting close with Limp Bizkit. Back it up just a little. Who else is a white rapper from Detroit?
So
it just got so real.
The very
Kid
first
Rock.
album that I've ever owned was
That's a good one, too.
TLC's Ain't Too
That's
Proud
not
to Beg.
close, bro.
R&B, hip hop, R&B.
You're such a douche.
Eminem's a crude white kid, and TLC
Three
lost
sassy
a member.
Yeah.
So
not close. No.
Pre-Left Eye days.
But-
it was good. All
Your
the colors
first-
and stuff.
Okay.
Very first
TLC,
one.
huh?
TLC Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I
Don't
said it.
go
My
chasing
further back than that.
waterfalls.
My first, like, do you count? Was it a cassette tape?
That was what I
There you
was
go.
gonna do.
That's what you got to cover, guys.
Was
He
it
knows
cassette tape or a
TLC.
CD?
Cassette or CD, Bob?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's an important fact.
That was cassette.
Okay.
That was
Is
cassette.
it 8-track?
It was not 8-track, but it was
My
cassette.
first cassette, Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits, and then Foo Fighters, The Color and Shape. My first CDs, Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, and Kiss, You Want the Best, You Got the
I
Best.
thought you told me the other day you don't like Kiss.
So you were always cool.
So, do you like Kiss or
You're
do you not
never a
like
dork.
Kiss?
I do like Kiss. What are you talking about?
You're a fucking loser.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I was
You
probably
couldn't even
just
tell
giving-
me if you wanted to go or not.
That's
Damn
because
it,
I don't want to
Luco.
spend like $8 million
You
to go
wouldn't be
see
spending that
80-year-old
$8 million.
men.
I would
Accurate.
be spending that $8 million.
Well, then, yes, I absolutely want to go. I told Morgan, I'm like, I'll go if your mom wears face paint.
My mom didn't want to go and wear face
'Cause
paint. We did that the first
There's
time we saw
pictures.
them.
They saw Kiss before, and it's her mom, and her brother, and they're all wearing
And my
face
brother's
paint.
ex-girlfriend.
And they're all wearing face paint. And I was like, oh, my God, I would
All
love
right.
to see your mom with face paint.
So the important question is,
Mm-hmm.
who was Gene Simmons? Was it your mom?
No one.
Would you have two Peter
My mom
Chris's?
went
I
as
know.
Peter Chris. I went as Star Child.
Paul Stanley.
I think
No,
Paul
that was
Stanley.
Ace Frehley.
Frehley.
Yeah. I think the other. Well, maybe it was my brother. Well, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the face paint.
Pull the
again.
picture up. I know your brother's girlfriend did a weak-ass job of face painting. Didn't you guys all go all out, and she was just like, just the outline, just the tip.
No, I was the only one that went all out and put the white on my face.
No, I'm pretty sure your mom had the white on her
No,
face.
My
No?
mom just drew
Guys, I must stay away from that.
the cat face. No one else wanted to go all out like I did.
All right.
But I'm whatever.
Is this a family
Somebody
show?
else, I'll
It's a family
show
show.
the picture later.
Kiss party family show.
Somebody else though. Yeah. So Steve, we were at your fun fact.
Oh, now we're at mine.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
You
real.
can't avoid it. I didn't
TLC,
forget.
That's a good one,
Let's
though.
see.
I went guilty pleasure / fun fact. So
All right, here we go.
You still like
see.
TLC?
Let's see.
you know, they're not around.
dabble.
much, but, you know.
You still put them on
I
every once in a
get mad respect to the talent. that-
There's a very
Mad
small
respect.
percentage that Jacek may know this, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Here we go.
I jumped out of an airplane the weekend after I got married. Like,
Just be like,
Was it because of your wife?
no.
Can't take his shit anymore.
It's only been a
No,
week.
she was very surprised
She was
that I
like-
was so down for skydiving.
and you're like, babe, if it's meant to be forever,
It's-
I'll live.
We're going to find out.
I'll live.
But
and-
yeah,
if I
the-
survive, our
the-
marriage will continue.
The weekend after we got married, we went down to Sandwich, Illinois, and I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
Wow.
So you're just disqualified yourself because I already knew that. So
Damn, I knew
come
it.
up with
See, I thought
something
so.
else, man. Sorry.
Disappointing. Circle gets a square.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
That's a quote.
I did not
Is it
know
a
that.
quarter
That's
pounder
pretty
at a
fucking
time.
amazing.
Did I hear that right? A quarter pounder at a time.
That's more like it.
I don't completely shave my head or own a Dodge, but it's a quarter mile a time.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's a
Gotcha.
quarter mile.
Don't
Really,
you
Bob?
fucking
Hey,
dare.
come on in, man.
Bob's actually
Come on
closer
in.
to that than Steve.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. All right,
I mean, I
we'll
didn't
let that one
choose-
slide.
I didn't choose the Dodge. The Dodge chose me, and I couldn't.
Oh, yeah. That's why your trunk's full of water. Okay.
Oh my
anyway.
God. That is a
Jessic.
disaster.
So for a brief period of time, I was the only white member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh my God.
1994, 95.
What was your rapper name?
It was
Dirty white bastard.
young white bastard.
Young white bastard. There we go.
Clean bastard, yes.
Yeah, no.
But in all seriousness, guys, I think I'm going to stick along the lines of Bob's, album purchases.
Oh, no.
I picked up not one but two
Come on.
cassettes of the Pet Shop Boys.
The Pet Shop Boys.
Yep.
Nice job.
And I was probably 38, 39 at the time. No, I wasn't. It was probably 13, 14.
Trying to pick up some West End girls, huh?
West End Girls was the shit.
Yeah, man.
Indeed. Indeed.
The Pet Shop. I'm looking up the Pet Shop Boys.
Yeah.
You
He
said Pet Shop
doesn't
Boys,
even
and
know
I'm
what they
thinking
are.
the Vega
What
Boys.
was their hit song?
Is it
West End Girls,
West
definitely.
End Girls.
Yeah.
West End Girls. The Pet Shop Boys with their
You-
song
look
West
this
End
up in a
Girls.
minute,
That's
Luco.
You guys going to play it?
No, we're gonna listen
No,
to it
don't.
on a break.
Do not.
But,
It's not metal.
Steve, what did you? Oh, the plane thing. Okay, well, that's good. That's good, guys. So now Ted and Freddie got to learn about you guys by listening to this, and you guys all know a little bit of something about each other now that they don't right now.
Yeah.
Except I already knew that about him, so.
What else you got, Steve?
Sack.
Better bring it. Better
Nothing?
bring it now.
Oh, what you guys may not know is that we call Steve's penis the manhole cover
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
Oh boy.
because apparently it has a lot of girth. There's so much girth, but it's very short at the same time, so it just makes sense.
Never got a circumcision, huh?
It's circumcised. It's angry, but it's a party now.
It's like can of Coke.
It is a fucking party now. Secret's out. Secret is out.
Secret's out. Secret Santa.
Which is
Well,
a good thing.
This sounds like it's a great time to go into the song "Princess" by Barry.
Oh, no. All right.
Fast.
I am big
Well,
like can of
yeah,
Coke.
okay, all right.
That is outstanding.
Well, let's do a twofer.
We're starting with Princess.
She was.
Was. And then what's the second track you guys want to play?
Guess there's only one left.
Let's go race leader. No, there's 3 left.
All right, Princess and Race Leader off of Civil Disobedience, once again by Bury Your Past.
I hate when you put your makeup on. You try so hard to hide what is on the inside. The inside, yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Endo Scavenger at the Metal Experience, and our music will make you shit your pants.
All right. Once again, I'm Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze and our friends with Bury Your Past, and that was 2 more tracks off Civil Disobedience, the EP, and that was Princess and Race Leader. So,
Princess.
What was that written about?
Bob.
Okay. Good old Princess, eh? Okay, so this song dates back to, boy, I want to say circa 2011.
You're in the circa.
And I was at a Helmet show with some friends of mine, and some of my friends brought their lady friends. So it is a metal show, so it's going to be a bunch of metal dudes and gals, mostly dudes. Whatever, so we're out there, and we're having a good time. But this one friend of mine, he had he brought his girlfriend at the time, fine, until she started complaining. It's a metal show, so she was just complaining, oh my God, it's just so loud, oh my God. And so...
Which venue was this at?
This was at Double Door.
Okay.
This was at Double Door when it was still around. And so, she's just bitching and just moaning about it's so loud at a metal show. It's just... That's kind of what happens, man. You know, they're gonna play music and the volume may be turned up. So
people stage dive.
Yeah, there may be a little bit of that. I'm not gonna rub any elbows there.
A little
right?
bit,
yeah,
a little bit of stage diving. Buddy.
Exactly.
What's that? I wouldn't know anything about that.
But yeah, she just kept on, and there was a moment at the show where she's like, "Oh my God, I'm just so tired of holding my purse. Can you just hold my purse?" And me and my friend just watching this thing happen in real time, and we're looking at it just like, dude, what? We're having a show. We're watching a show. Come on, it's good times. And it just really pissed me off to a point where I was like, I'm gonna write a damn song about this shit, because she just would not let this guy have a good time.
Bitch got served.
Yeah, I mean, so the whole song is just about this girl who's just emasculating her man at every single level, and the man just keeps coming back for more. That he recognizes his purpose in the relationship, but he just comes back for more and more and more. So
he keeps worshiping and adoring this girl, and she keeps shitting on him, and then he just keeps coming back.
Yeah, that's basically the next.
So it's a love song.
Yeah, it's a love song, I guess so. In probably the darkest way possible, that I will take all of your shit. That's crazy. Yeah.
That's love.
But that is, well, for that guy, yeah.
Hey,
So-
They weren't just like, hey, let's stand in the back.
Yeah, just
Right.
like couldn't just sit in the back and not bring everybody down. No, she just has to, complain the whole time, just sour the mood. So, and it was a good show too. I was having an absolute blast, but had to kill it, man. It was, if I remember correctly, it was Helmet, Intronaut, and Burning Brides. That was good, man. That was a bloody good show. Bloody
Good
show.
metals.
But kind of
Bloody good.
poo-pooed on the show there. So that's Princess, though. But
There you go, Morgan. That's Princess.
Now, what about Race Leader?
Go ahead, Jacek.
that is tag to Jacek.
Well, as I
Hot take.
alluded to before,
don't be
this
so nice.
has to kind of to do with the political environment that we are living in today, and some of the crazies that are coming out of the woodwork that are feeling quite superior because of the color of their skin and their beliefs. And perhaps those people were subdued a little bit in the past, but now they feel empowered to come out and openly speak and act based on their beliefs. So I'll leave it at that without mentioning any names.
Okay.
I got you. Well, wrapping up for tonight, there's a few announcements just to put out there for now. We've got one more show left for 2018. Next week, we are going to have as our last guest spot Portals. We met Portals back on Gent Fest at the Beat Kitchen in March.
Okay.
Great guys. Going to be driving out from Bloomington, so make sure you come out. Fits a Spare
Damn.
Keys, December 18th. We're going to be back here from 8 p.m. till about 10:30. Pretty sure we're going to be in the dungeon next week too, because I think it's Jazz Night, last one of 2018 too. So definitely come out. That'll be posted on our website, and then we'll be back in 2019. First guest, January 8th, will be Mechana. Yeah, so want to make sure that is put out there. Also, this past week, we are stoked to have gotten to go to Forever Deaf Fest, both the pre-party and the two shows that were at the Beat Kitchen at Livewire Lounge on Thursday night. We were there, Tanzan, Speed Freak, Repentance, and Armored Assault. All were just fucking awesome. All old friends for us to go and see. And then the Beat Kitchen, both Friday and Saturday, were phenomenal. Forever Deaf Fest, both nights was just unbelievable. Bloodletter, Resin, Snow Burial, November's Doom, and Immortal Bird played Friday night and just tore it up. Videos are all on our Facebook page and Instagram.
The book face.
There's videos of each band playing. Saturday night was the Prosthetic Record Showcase. That was with Meth, Varaha, Huntsman, Zeus, the Atlas Moth, and wait for it. I'm having a mind blank. Without Waves. And another fantastic night. We had a great time. Couldn't believe how many people, both from, being around for so long, for 8 years in the scene, to, the new friends that we've met the past few months. It was just such a great draw, such an awesome experience. Nick and Peter did a great job putting those shows together. And we're looking forward to next year to see what they put together, because we definitely want to be more involved and help them out, because it was awesome.
At the Beat Kitchen, and
also has
I ate a lot of food
great
those 2 days.
food. So make sure you eat at the Beat Kitchen if you're ever there. Our friends put together an awesome benefit show, Heavy Holidays, happening December 29th at Reggie's for Pause. And it's going to be with Coyote Man, Gamma Goats, Sons of Ra, Everything Must Die, and Orinaco. And then also check out next weekend the Heavy Holidays, not Heavy Holidays.
The not as heavy holidays.
No, Macabre's show happening December 22nd at Reggie's as well. Our friends of Blood of the Wolf are going to be playing the Holiday of Horrors, which is usually the annual Macabre show.
At Reggae's?
At Reggie's, yes. Also, December 22nd, want to put it on the radar now for Beneath the Hollow show with Vile Cynic, Blood of Heroes, and Crusadist at the Looney Bin. And
The Bin.
Yes, Morgan.
Also, another show December 22nd at Livewire. Our friends in the Guardsmen are going to be playing with Saint Tragedy, Hijack, and Bullet to the Heart. And all proceeds for that show are going to be given to a local children's charity. Also, December 20th, Walk Among Us is going to be playing the Beat Kitchen.
The B8 Kitchen? They
With
have good food there.
an American Night Before Christmas. An American Night Before Christmas, Walk Among Us, the only punk rock piano tribute band. Seriously.
Wait, the band is called American Night Before Christmas?
No. Walk Among Us presents an American Night Before. So I'm pretty sure it's just
Christmas. Gotcha.
them playing.
It's just them?
There's
Playing
nobody
Misfits
else
songs for 4 hours?
listed.
On a piano.
They
On a
play
piano.
9 to 12. If it's just them. They
the
didn't list
guitar?
anybody on there on this, but
They've got 2 pianists,
they're awesome.
a bassist, and a drummer, and they play Misfits songs.
I think
It's
they're
pretty
a
cool.
three-piece now.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe. But yes, those are the shows
Big
coming
red
up,
penis.
and
All right.
we'll share more that we find on our pages for the next week beforehand. But just wanted to make sure that we won't be here the last 2 weeks of the year because of the holidays. So I wanted to make sure
Where
to
are we
put some of
gonna
those.
be?
The holidays.
We're gonna be the
AKA
holidays.
Christmas and New Year's Eve. We will not be here.
You're going to be at the Beat Kitchen stuff in your face, apparently.
I got the lamb quesadilla and
Fish tacos.
no. What did I get the second night?
The lamb quesadilla was the second night.
Oh, and the
fish
empanadas.
tacos, the fish tacos, and
The
the
first
catfish
night
sandwich
was the catfish
second.
sandwich and fish tacos.
Enough about Luco's food. Don't forget
2 meals. I'm like, I'll take 2 meals.
Well, now that we're in the
He's
poop chat,
literally
we'll figure it all
a
out.
catfish of information. Ha 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 ha. Get it?
Good one,
Because they're
Morgan.
bottom feeders.
Good
and
one.
they're dirty fucking fish.
Good one, Morgan.
Portal's on next week, but don't forget to check out Bury Your Past. And thank you guys so much again for coming out. Originally, when I had ran into you at the Bottom Lounge a few weeks ago, I told you, hey, we've got dates in September.
The Bottom
Yes.
Lounge.
But then
Also
we
has
had
really
an
good
unfortunate falling
Yes.
out. Shut up.
I did not know that.
It's all about the food.
And I bumped you guys up knowing that you had the EP to talk about, and because
thank you.
September was so far away.
It
So
was.
thank you guys for
doing
making it out on short notice.
No worries.
Coming
Thank you
on.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us. It was a blast.
Awesome.
Yes.
And where can everybody find everything that is Bury Your Past? Pick up the album, and what merch do you have available for people?
Well, of course, we got the Book of Face, and we also have buryyourpastofficial.com. Bob has a couple outlets as well.
We also have at BYP Music for Twitter as well as Instagram.
We also have T-shirts.
We have
and
T-shirts,
booty shorts.
booty shorts,
booty.
CDs, stickers, 2 different kinds. We got round stickers. We got the die-cut stickers, which fit nicely on the back of your phone.
So it looks like you have a Bury Your Past.
So it looks like you got a
case.
phone
Yeah, it
case,
threw
yeah.
me off. They look official.
We can make one for you.
Yes.
Nice.
Just give me
$37.
Yeah, I remember him quoting me that.
$37.99. Don't forget. Come on.
There was some change involved.
$3,799. That's
We got to fill out that tax form at the end of the year. We need every sum we can
That's
get.
true. That's true. And then the Civil Disobedience EP, where do you have that available streaming?
Bob?
It is on most streaming services. You can get it on iTunes, Apple Music, and Spotify.
Now, is there a difference between
Amazon.
iTunes and Apple Music?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
it's
think it's all
just
same
for
entity.
access
Bob
points.
just wanted to say it twice.
I just want to say it
Yes.
twice. 'cause it
I wasn't
sounds
sure
so
if I was
nice.
missing something.
I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
Tommy 2 times?
Holy shit! Uko says that all the time. You two are officially best
Fucking
friends.
love it.
Dude, is it Tommy 2 times or Tony 2 times?
I think it's Tony 2 times.
Tony 2 times. Getting the papers, getting the papers.
It's on Apple software. Yeah. No, it's on. You have all those
Google Play.
services available. Google Play, Amazon.
Yeah.
So you get it while it's hot.
That's
Of course,
fucking
YouTube. So yeah.
Awesome. And keep it in your books, April 13th.
Keep it in your pants.
The
Yes,
show that you guys are
Steve.
playing that's undisclosed for right now, but you will be playing a show that details will be announced as soon as you have them. So
Very
we'll
true.
post that and share that as soon as that gets announced.
We're officially not at liberty to discuss this because of BandFam.
Yeah, you've said that. All right, so we've got
BandFam will spank us if we talk about it.
So they said. You got one more track that you want to play tonight off of the Civil Disobedience that we want the world to hear too. What is that last track?
Vermin.
Vermin. And what can you tell us about Vermin?
It's about ants. And no, sorry.
The movie?
Real quick,
or
Jimmy 2 times. I
Jimmy
just looked
2
it up.
times?
Wow, you guys were way
Nice.
off with
Thank
the
you for
names.
clarifying that.
I just looked it up.
Papers, get the papers. It's good.
Vermin is about someone who comes to a place with very high expectations and who gets very disappointed and becomes radicalized to do some very bad things.
So it sounds like me showing up at the Metal Experience with Luco and being disappointed by his presence at the show.
If you have...
See, I knew it was the perfect time to say that because he wasn't listening.
I was trying to fucking listen to Getting the Papers, Getting the Papers.
I'll play it for you in a minute. But
son
here
of a
is
bitch.
Vermin, the last track of the night. Of a Civil Disobedience, Bury Your
I don't get a
Past.
rebuttal?
I'll play it for you when we re-listen to this show.
You
have
son
have
of a
a
gun.
great night.
so proud and powerful, your colors shining bright.